Assassin's Creed Shadows is finally here, the long-awaited journey into feudal Japan. But after spending over 15 hours with it on a gaming PC, I've got one big question. Is this truly a new era for the franchise, or just the same old formula dressed in a kimono? In this honest review, we'll break down the gameplay, story, visuals, performance, and whether it's worth your time or your money. Let's dive into Assassin's Creed Shadows. At its core, is still very much a Ubisoft game. That means open-world exploration, stealth-based assassinations, fast-paced melee combat, and your classic mission structure. You'll spend most of your time climbing, sneaking, collecting loot, clearing forts, and sinking viewpoints, just like in the last few AC games. The twist this time, dual protagonists, Yasuke the samurai and Naoi the shinobi. On paper, this seems like a fresh idea, but in execution, it feels more like an illusion of choice rather than meaningful variety. Yasuke leans into brute strength with heavy, satisfying combat, while Naoi focuses on stealth and agility. It's enjoyable to switch between them, but you quickly realize that the core loop doesn't change. It's just slightly different animations or tools. Combat is responsive, with some nice finishes and stealth options. Throwing kunai, smoke bombs, silent takedowns. But again, none of this feels new. It's all built on the same foundations we've seen in Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. If you've played those, you'll immediately recognize the rhythm of missions, enemy types, and gear upgrades. Traversal also feels familiar. You'll climb towers, shimmy across rooftops, and sprint through forests. Parkour is smoother than Valhalla, but still not as sharp or fluid as it was back in AC Unity or the Ezio trilogy. In short, the gameplay works. It's not bad by any means, but it's also not surprising, innovative, or groundbreaking. Ubisoft knows the formula, and they've stuck with it. If you enjoy that formula, you'll have fun. If you're looking for evolution, this ain't it. The narrative in Assassin's Creed Shadows introduces an interesting dynamic with its dual protagonists. Yasuke brings power and loyalty, while Nao offers stealth, vengeance, and a more traditional assassin's background. Their connection to each other and their clash of ideologies brings some narrative tension. That said, the story doesn't break any new ground. It serves more as a reason to push you into missions than to emotionally hook you. There are some solid character moments, but overall it feels surface level compared to some past AC entries. If you're invested in the lore, it's enough to carry you through. If not, it might feel more like background noise. Still, the setting, Sengoku-era Japan, does a lot of the heavy lifting, adding a layer of intrigue and atmosphere that makes even generic missions feel a bit more interesting. Visually, Assassin's Creed Shadows can be stunning. The landscapes, from misty forests to war-torn villages, create an immersive experience. Lighting and environmental effects help build the atmosphere, especially during early mornings or rainy nights. However, this beauty isn't always consistent. While certain vistas and set pieces look impressive, other areas feel reused or flat. Character models are detailed, but not revolutionary. Animations can be stiff in quieter moments, breaking immersion. Overall, the art direction deserves credit. It captures the feeling of feudal Japan well. But graphically, it's not pushing boundaries. I played the game on a Lenovo Ryzen 7 gaming PC, and while performance was mostly stable, there were definitely moments of lag, especially when roaming large open areas like forests or fields. Frame drops were noticeable when transitioning between zones or entering new towns. No major crashes or game-breaking bugs, but some animation glitches and screen tearing crept in during certain cutscenes. The optimization feels typical of a Ubisoft launch, playable but not polished. If you're on mid-range hardware, expect dips in frame rate, particularly if you're maxing out visual settings. And load times, while better than past games, are still not seamless. Let's break it down with a clear list of what works and what doesn't. Pros: dual protagonist system adds some variety to gameplay. Stunning environmental design in key locations. Solid stealth mechanics and smooth transitions between combat styles.